Hey guys, what's going on? It's Karl here, back with a very special episode. This one is for all of you students back there. It's crazy as it's already back to school season, hooking you guys up with one of my faves of the year. This is my tech back to school backpack guide, and we'll of course start off with my backpack, Hints of Orange. This has been a special one. I've been kind of teasing this as it's kind of my limited edition line. It's essentially made for me. This guy is the Air SF Fit Pack 2 Dose. This is honestly the dream backpack on my end. It's of course very similar to all stuff Air SF makes. Minimal to no branding, made of ballistic nylon, and the best part, you can already see that, are the hints of orange inside. It's just gorgeous. They kind of think of everything, and you can see in the bottom, that's where the shoe compartment is. That's where the smelly kicks can go after your workout in between classes. You still have more than enough space for stuff. In the back, you've got a dedicated laptop sleeve, easily fits a 13, even a 15-inch laptop. Still more space for your textbooks or even binders within. I've been teasing this guy for the longest time, and now that it's of course available, go check them out. Links of course for this entire video are down below, and I'm actually giving away a pack of this very line, so make sure you sub to the channel, leave a comment down below, and inside the pack I will leave one of the items from today's episode. This is just me thanking all of you for putting up with my face, watching my videos, and me just wishing you all the best in your back to school journey. And that's a perfect segue into my laptop of choice. For you students, I'm recommending the Huawei MateBook X. It's been one of my favorite laptops to date of this past year. Huawei has really upped their laptop game. Their build quality now, they are approaching Apple standards, and that's no easy joke. Apple is usually known for the best in industrial design. I can say that this guy is right on that level, and you can expect this laptop to last for 4 years, whether it's your undergrad, you're going back for your master's, or heck, you're even in high school. The build on this guy is second to none. I've chosen to go for a 13-inch just because it's back to school. You want to have something that's lightweight and still super portable. It's got internals, of course, to handle any sort of student work you're throwing at it. It's got an i7, 8 gigs of RAM, 512 gig SSD, and of course you can spec these to say have 16 gigs, even a terabyte of space if you need it. Very thin butterfly switch keyboard. It's great to hammer out your essays on this guy. Maybe the trackpad could be slightly larger, but of course you are compromising with the 13-inch form factor. Such a solid option with a great display that of course still is touch enabled, and the best part, battery life, easily lasting you the entire day, whether you're going back-to-back classes and still maybe watching some YouTube, playing a couple of games at night. This guy will go the distance, and like I said, the form factor is key for students out there. I've been loving this guy. And speaking of computers, I found a really cool piece of software for all of you students out there. It's called Fumari. Fumari enables you to access a high-end computer on the cloud. And you can actually offload any RAM guzzling apps to them, and they'll stream it back to you at less than 1 frame rate of latency. You can even store files on the cloud. I'll leave a link down below, so make sure some of you try it. It's a handy little tool for students that say may not have the latest and greatest. I know that everyone can't afford to, of course, build powerful PCs and have, pricey laptops. Thinking of you guys. To my tablet option of choice, and I'm usually the one that claims you gotta stick over to the laptop side to be productive. If there was a tablet that you had to choose, hands down, iPad Pro takes the cake. It's super fast, it's fluid. iOS now makes it easier and easier to have this as a standalone device. Just make sure you do pair it with, say, a wireless keyboard. The screen is gorgeous, and of course, if you've got an Apple Pencil, it makes it even easier to take down notes while you're in class. And maybe the only drawback with iPad Pro maybe spans across iOS. There are specific classes, say for example stats. I had a very specific program that I had to download, could only work on a dedicated operating system, say like OS, Windows, and unfortunately you can't get by just on iOS alone, and that's my only flag and kind of worry out there for just grabbing an iPad as a standalone device. And of course, this dope marble skin on my iPad Pro is from Dbrand. No matter what device you have, they've got you covered and protected. Let's switch over to smartphones, and I'm gonna keep that budget game going. I would definitely recommend the Pixel 3a XL. For around $350, $400, this kind of shook the smartphone scene with its pricing. You essentially get a fully fledged smartphone. There are a couple sacrifices. Of course, the screen isn't as good as, say, the 3XL. It's no longer made of glass, but for example, the camera, which I think most of us use, it is still the best camera in 2019, even though this sensor came out at the end of last year, back in September for the 3XL. Of course, stock Android, the best way that you can go. And for this kind of money, I don't think you can find something comparable in the smartphone scene. To some headphones I know you guys like to jam out, I would say for over the ear, take a look at the Bose QC35s. It's either between these or the Sonys, but I do find the Boses, especially the mic quality, works way better. I know that you guys take calls whether you're collaborating in group projects. When you're in the library, you want to zone everything else out, focus on your studying. Do check these guys out. To the smartwatch game, I can really only recommend one. This is the Apple Watch, of course, Series 4. It makes huge upgrades over Series 3, 2, and of course 1. It's got a larger display, thinner form factor. Apple is kind of just leaps and bounds ahead in the smartwatch game. You can always swap out the bands if you want to feel a bit more sporty. I've got mine paired with a...
Sure I understand.
Thanks, Siri, I must have pressed you. I've got mine paired with a Nike Smartband. Gaming consoles, because I know heading back to school isn't always about studying. You do get a lot of gaming time. I will throw in my Nintendo Switch into my backpack. It's perfect for mobile gaming. No matter how good smartphone games are, you still cannot beat that tactile feedback of having an actual controller. Have been crushing Zelda and cannot wait for the new remastered or new remade Link's Awakening. That was my favorite OG Game Boy Color game. Lastly, for your tech accessories, we'll fire through these quickly. The first being a 4-port USB hub. Bluetooth speaker that won't break the bank, perfect for students. The Anker Sound Core, $25, I think, dollars. And of course, as it is back to school, notebook and pen. I've got mine in orange. I'll leave links of these down below. They're just my favorites, as of course, we gotta finish off the orange game. Anyways, this has been my tech backpack back to school video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one and hope you got some very solid tips, tricks, and ideas for some of the gear to bring when you guys are heading back to school. Remember, you can win one of the items, including one of the Air SF packs. Leave a comment down below and follow me over on Insta, and I'll be announcing the winners very shortly. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will catch the rest of you in one of my next episodes or vlogs. Peace.